Hello, Psychosoul here, and welcome to a game called the Sapling. In this game, we are going to build our own ecosystem, making our own plants and our own creatures. I played a little bit before, but I can't remember much, and to show you what it's all about, we are going to start on the first level, the island. So, for this level, the goal is to have one species to survive a century. So we are going to create our first plant here. There's only a root and stem right now. And since it does not have any fruit, it can't reproduce. So what we're gonna do is add a fruit to the plant. And now it will be able to slowly reproduce. And we can add another fruit. And gonna give it leaves to make sure that it gets more energy and can produce more fruit, as you can see down here. And I think that's good enough for our first little plant for the first level. Small, simple, not much to look at, but it's good enough. And now, when we load in, we can see how well suited our plant is for the environment that we're placing it in. So we are going to place down a few of these plants right here. And then we click ready and see how things go. And we can stop time or speed up time. And you can see new plants coming to life and the old ones are dying. And it looks like it's thriving. And there we go. First level is complete, and now we have unlocked sculpting tools, so we can customize our plant more. Life comes in all shapes and sizes. Create a taller plant that can still survive. So, what we can do is we can click on one of these and mutate it. That will create a new species. So we can give it new types of leaves, and we can also shape it. We can make it thicker or thinner. And here, now we can make it a tall plant. That's pretty cute, isn't it? However, it uses a lot of energy, as you can see here. And what we are going to do is give it another type of leaf that catches more energy, catches more sunlight, I should say. Oh, that's cool. I didn't actually know that was a thing. Thank you, game. So we're just gonna give it a few more leaves and see how it works. Leaf there, leaf here. Yeah, that looks good. It's a new species and it will live alongside the old one. So basically I have evolved my plant now. So we're going to place a few of these down and see what happens. It looks like the new plants are taking over, which is what I was hoping for. Completed the milestone, so yeah, that's good. Now we unlocked branches. So we go over here and oh yeah, when you click on the plant you can also see its health and its age and how much sunlight it's collected. We want to give it branches. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We can give it new leaves now, but we want branches. As you may have guessed, branches will give you more points to which you can attach leaves and fruit. And just like with the stem, you can make the branch longer or shorter. Now I think we might be ready to make like a little tree, so gonna thicken it up. As you can see, it says that it needs more water, and for that we will have to change the roots. Here with the roots we can make them smaller or bigger. Bigger roots will pick up more water, which will allow for larger plants. So here we have our weird little plant. We're gonna change the leaves and give it a few more leaves. As you can see, it keeps a lot of energy. In fact, it takes up more sun than it actually needs. I think this is going to be a pretty successful plant. To make it look more like a tree, I think I wanna add a few branches up here. Maybe a little bit shorter. And here we have our little sapling. Looks like a little tree, doesn't it? Let's click ready and place it out in the world. You see, it's much, much larger than the other plants. And it might take over quite quickly. We'll see what happens. We'll speed up time and see what happens. Oh, yep, there it goes. There it goes. It's taking over pretty much, yeah. And now one species of plant went extinct because it didn't have any room to grow. But look at this! We made it! You met the main objective for this scenario and have unlocked the next scenario and the sandbox. Cool! Let's head over to the next scenario then. And for this scenario, we need to make sure that one species with leaves survive a century at the highest peak. So we have to make sure that the plant will survive higher up. We need to think about how resistant the plant is to wind and how deep the water it needs to actually be able to thrive. Oh, and also soil. If it's too hard, then the plant can't take root and it'll die. So let's start. First up, we need to give it a fruit, of course. And a couple of leaves. If we go down here, we see that it's not very resistant anymore. Plants will be more resistant if they are smaller. Which makes sense. And we have to take a look. It's not using much water, so we can give it more leaves. And I think that should be good. Maybe we can give it another fruit. Yeah. Up here. Right, let's see how this little plant does. Right, so we cannot place the plant up here, as you can see. The wind is too strong and there's not enough groundwater. So we're gonna have to place it down here for now. Of course, we'll be able to evolve the plant. So, yeah, up here it's too cold, too windy, just not enough groundwater. It will not survive there for long. But down here, it'll be just fine. And it looks like it'll be just fine up here as well. So we place a couple up here. And ready. So now we're gonna wait and see what happens. It's doing pretty well for itself, so far at least. And when enough time has passed, then you can go and mutate your plant. You can't do it immediately for quite obvious reasons. So let's go, and I'm gonna have to mutate another plant because that one died. Mutate. Now we can make it taller. Give it new leaves, and we want it to be resistant to wind, so we're going to go with these. As you can see, it's more resistant to wind now. Still needs soft soil though. I think that's good. Yeah, that is good for now. We can give it another fruit. Let's see how this plant does. It'll survive up here, and it'll survive down here. It will not survive up here yet because there's not much water and it's too cold. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind. Place down a few and see how it goes. They look like little cacti, don't they? It's kind of cute. And now we have unlocked branches. Now is the time to mutate the plant again and try to make sure that it can survive on the highest peak. And for that, we need to make sure that it's resistant to wind and doesn't need much water. So let's make the roots a little bit shorter. And make sure that it is resistant to wind, but we need to have it be more resistant to the cold. And for that we need a different type of leaf. So what we are gonna have to do is go back to this leaf and then select this one instead of this one. Then we can get these. This leaf is kind of resistant to wind and it can survive in really cold temperatures. So we're gonna have to add that leaf. Actually, I might have to give it long roots, now that I think about it. We'll see what happens. Alright, this is the one I just made, right? I think so. Gonna have to select another one because that one just died. No, not that one. Where? There's one. Never mind. Oh, it died. That's awkward. Let's select this one then. And change it to these leaves. That will unlock these later on. So our last plant went extinct because it didn't have enough offspring. We need to keep an eye on these. It's still 2 fruits, so it should be good. And now it's 1 fruit, so we're gonna have to add more to it. And make sure that it has enough energy. It's not using all of the sunlight. Let's see how this plant does. See how this one plant survives. Okay, we only need to fix the temperature and wind resistance. Place a few of these. You see that I only just recently introduced it, so I can't mutate it yet. So we'll wait for a bit. And now I should be able to... Yes. Right. We have unlocked new leaves, so that's cool. Right then. What did we need? Temperature and wind resistance, that's what we needed to change. That's temperature sorted. We need to have it be a little bit more resistant to wind. Does making it thicker help with that? No. Doesn't look like it. Now it's just a really thick plant. Oh no. That looks really stupid. Right, let's see. This kind of leaf is very resistant to wind. See if that helps. No, I don't think it does. And it messes with the temperature resistance as well. How about these? That one. This one right here. That's the one we need. Right. Can't be up here because it digs too deep into the ground. However, we can place it up here. Which is where we want it to be. Awesome. And it's thriving. That's exactly what we were looking for. And there we go, level complete. Alright then, that has been a little look at the sapling. You can find this game on Steam if you are interested. There are also creatures in the game which gets introduced in later scenarios, which we are probably going to take a look at as well. But for now, I think that's gonna be it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!